Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Ryan Nordahl here, Epic Whitetail Habitat LLC. We're going to get a little off subject here today. We're not dealing with deer, but we are dealing with some of our chore tools that we use when we're doing food plots and stuff. What we have here on my house, and many of you may be able to relate to this, we have an absolute infestation of box elder beetles. Especially on the side of our south side of our house, exposed to the sun. It's just, in fact, there's one that landed right on my forehead right now. Our house is just taken over by them. I mean, our garage doors just loaded with them. This is a safe and simple solution. It's not a true insecticide like Tempo. Tempo is great. It's not going to harm your pets or anything, and there is a residual with Tempo. If you do spray with Tempo, though, I do suggest that you take your dogs in, or your cats, your pets, whatever you have outside of your house, and get them away from it for a little while. But once it dries, it is totally harmless. But we're using an organic approach. You can use Dawn dish soap. I'm just using a generic Ivory type of soap here, liquid dish soap. We're using about, I've got a 4-gallon sprayer here filled with 4 gallons of water, and I mixed in about a quarter of a cup, a third of a cup of dish soap. It breaks down. My son's been using a little quart hand sprayer basically, and what that breaks down to is a tablespoon of dish soap to every quart of water. Well, there's 4 quarts in a gallon. I've got 4 gallons here. That's 16 quarts. And then I just measured out 16 tablespoonfuls, and that equated to about roughly between a quarter of a cup to a third of a cup. So more is not going to hurt anything. The theory behind that is, and I should say it's not a theory, it is the truth. What happens then is you spray, mix it up real well in your sprayer, whatever you have for a sprayer. But I'm using my 4-gallon backpack sprayer here. I've cleaned it out. I've cleaned it thoroughly. There's no herbicide or other pesticide in here whatsoever. I did that previous. I did it actually to winterize this, but we get to use it again here today. It is the 13th of October when I'm recording this. But mixed in our backpack sprayer here. What it does is it gets on these insects and it dries out their endoskeleton, and it eventually kills them. Endoskeleton, they're invertebrate creatures, and it will kill them. So we're using that organic approach, and we're going to try to take care of it as best as we can here. So yeah, we're just overrun with these darn things. So we're going to get to spraying here. So yeah, that's that. I mean, we can sit here and wait for cold weather and freezing temps, but I'm absolutely sick of those things, and I'm sure many of you are as well. Hopefully we did our job here today. We'll find out in a couple hours. I can already kind of see on the south side of the garage here that they're not as bad as they were, but my sidewalk is definitely black. You can see crawling on my sidewalk there, but it's not as covered as it was, so it's got to be working. I mean, I guess that might be your proof.